So, Greg, we'll kind of try to fly through these because we got a lot to talk about on the show
Oh
today.
yeah.
But, the first thing in terms of movies, there's been lots of movie news. We've been off the last few weeks, and there's been
Right.
all kinds of movie news. The biggest probably being that Mulan, the big Disney tentpole picture that was supposed to originally come out in March, it
Right.
has now been announced that it won't go to the theaters at all, and it will be premiering on Disney Plus in September, with a hefty $29.95 price tag on it for
Ooh.
rental. That's in addition to the normal subscription that you would pay for Disney Plus. You would then pay to get Mulan. Once you pay that price, you get to keep it for as long as you have Disney Plus. But still, Greg, what do you think of the shift? First of all, Mulan moving, to streaming only, but also this new model that they're trying out. Do you think that this is a winning model for them?
Wow, that takes a lot of thinking, because like you said, as far as them streaming it, for the most part, I think almost everything this year is probably going to wind up that way. I know people keep, as you know, pushing stuff back.
Yes.
But, nothing's opening. So, yeah, if you can, just get it out there streaming. The $30 price tag, though, no. I mean, I've heard people complain about like the $20, that they'll use sometimes. But I always explain to them, that'd be like if you and your wife went out and, you had to pay to get into the theater, it'd be $20, 10 for her, 10 for you. And also then you got your own free snacks and stuff at home. That $30 price tag, it's kind of like, are you trying to make back all the money, in one weekend, that you spend? And it's just, we have to remember people's economic situations right now, make it the $20. And people would, I'm quite sure still go out and check it out, because everybody's been waiting to see this movie.
Not only that was kind of the big overshadowing news, but there has been a really significant development in the movie industry that hasn't gone noticed very much, that we're going to talk about too. I'd like to get your opinion on, Greg, which is, I'll try to boil it down because it kind of can get complicated, but there's something that's called the Paramount Decrees. And what that means is basically it's been illegal for the last, what is it now, 70 years?
70 years, yeah, something like that.
It's been illegal for the big movie studios to own their own movie theaters. It's also been illegal for them to package movies when pushing them to the movie theaters, meaning you can't take your big like Mulan and say, hey, in order to run Mulan in your theater, you have to also play these other 4 small movies. That's been illegal until now. This all just happened. A judge just passed this, and there's a 2-year window now, but by 2022, theoretically, companies like Disney, Warner Brothers, Netflix, they could potentially own their own movie theater chains, coming at a time when the movie theater chains might be going extinct. They might be looking for buyouts and stuff anyway because of the pandemic. I mean, what do you think about how this might change the game? Do you have any thoughts on this, Greg?
It's like you said, I remember, obviously it was well before I was born, I had read about the other stuff, in film class.
Oh, I was going to you. I thought you were there in Old Hollywood when all this happened. That's why I was
no, me and Chaplin, what a guy, what a mate. But no, like you said, they did it just so certain studios wouldn't have a monopoly. And like you said, just to make things fair. I don't know, Tom, it's kind of like, just busting things up, and it just sounds like a thing where the rich studios are just even going to get richer.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see big repercussions. And the other reason why that part about the what they call block booking, where they package movies together, the reason that's important is because that could really destroy smaller movie theaters. For example, if a theater only has 3 screens and Disney's packaging 4 films, they might have no decision but to have to bypass it and not show any of those movies, which could kill their bottom line.
It may go back to, as far as when people go to the theaters, like it used to be in the old days, where they'll have to have double features. Like you said, if you've only got 3 screens, but they're pushing 4 movies, it's like, okay, this in the morning, this in the afternoon, and just switch them up in the same theater.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. So there are creative ways that the movie theaters might be able to counter this. They have 2 years to figure it out, Greg.
There you go.
That's what's hot in Hollywood.